how many combat levels on RuneScape can you possibly gain in 1 hour? The only rule for this challenge was that you had to start as a level 3. You could almost pre-complete quests, have XP lamps ready to use, and have as many friends as you want help you out during your run. The top 5 places get awarded GP. First place 500 mil, second place 250 mil, and so on, but the total adds up to 1 billion GP. There's a lot of prep that goes on behind the scenes before the contestants actually start the challenge. Lil Ratbags, who's a great competitor in a lot of these challenges, took the time to explain his prep in less than 60 seconds. I think this will be incredibly helpful context.
The first thing I decided to do was get base 40 stats just while I worked out what strategy I wanted to do in this challenge. I then completed all the quests I was going to need that didn't give any combat experience. I then moved on to quests that did give combat experience and got them as close to the end as possible, but without finishing the quest, using things like poison, flinching, and recoils to kill the bosses as a level 3. I then completed as many easy achievement diaries as I possibly could. The next thing I did was clean finds and do quests that gave me kudos for the library so I could go over to Fossil Island. I then went over there and cut Soloceps until I had all of the fossils that I needed, and I added all apart from one piece to every single display in the museum. The next thing I did was Architectural Alliance, which requires 100% favor in every single region. I then went to Chamber and Xeric and leeched some raids in the hope of getting Dark Relics, which give 150 times the XP in any combat skill you choose, but unfortunately didn't get lucky. But it is a 1 in 16 chance. And finally, I cleaned artifacts in the Barrack Library to try and get a full inventory of lamps ready for the start of this.
Huge thanks to Lil Ratbags for doing that. I had one more stop before we start the competition. There's something I need to ask you.
What is it this time?
Have you ever taken down the Demon Lord?
What the heck?
Crushed the Ice Golem? Ascended the Doom Tower?
Shut up.
But you can explore millions of champion combinations with over 500 champions with unique skills and hundreds of artifacts to equip.
Oh dear, there's no stopping him.
Raid Shadow Legends is an epic mobile game that you can download using my link in the description. Choose your champion, grab some friends, and take on epic bosses like this Dungeon Minotaur. Or if you want to play solo, hop into an engaging and fun campaign mode.
I'm guessing you're going to ask me to get a Raid Shadow Legends butt tattoo next, right? You know what? If I download the game, will you be quiet?
Yep.
All right, carry on.
My favorite part about Raid is summoning champions at the tavern. Now that's epic. I like summoning champions so much because you work so hard to get the shards, and you don't know what you're gonna get from them. And all of a sudden, a legendary champion appears that you can then use to take on harder bosses. Raid also released a ton of new clan features, brand new clan quests, and a clan shop to access powerful items. This month's also got new champions to collect from fragments in the Doom Tower and a load of events and competitions to take part in.
How do I download it to shut you up?
All you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get an epic hero, Kanoru, who is amazing in the Doom Tower, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here.
Please get the hell out of my house.
Thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Let's get right into 3 of the top and most unique entries I received. Let's start off the challenge with this player. I'm just gonna call them V1. They have a lot of XP lamps stored up in their inventory and they use a lot of them right away to get all the way up to 43 strength. They're then going to try to wipe Silverlight clean, which finishes the Shadow of the Storm quest, giving 10,000 attack XP. Then, conveniently, the Black Knight Titan is right next to them and has almost no hit points left, and they finish off the kill. V1 then heads over to Camelot to collect their Kandarin Easy Diary rewards and XP lamp, which they use on strength. They then turn in the Grand Tree quest, Fight Arena, Tree Gnome Village, Witch's House, the Holy Grail, Fremenic Trials, and the Mountain Daughter quest. That's a lot of quests to almost complete as a level 3 before this challenge even started. V1's gonna teleport over to Edgeville and take out a lot of enriched bones. These enriched bones give an incredible amount of prayer experience. And in a matter of seconds, V1 gets all the way up to 45 prayer. They're gonna turn in the Death Plateau for 3,000 attack experience, complete the Waterfall quest, and now they have 47 attack and strength, complete Vampire Slayer, and then pick up their Easy Diary rewards from both Lumbridge and Varrock. These both go on strength. They're then gonna head over to the museum. The museum was a must for this competition. You can store so much XP there. They start off on the 2nd floor to get a couple hit points and defense levels, and then go downstairs where they've stored a lot of fossils ready to place on display in exchange for experience lamps. As you can see, a lot of the experience from these lamps is going towards hit points. It looks like V1 is approaching 50 attack and 50 strength and has over 45 hit points already. and there's still 40 minutes left in the challenge. V1 is then gonna head over to Death's Domain where he has a few XP lamps stored. He then goes over to Edgeville Bank and takes out some melee equipment gear, clicking on the Berserker Helm and Granite Maul but can't wield them. Must have been a slight misstep in the plan, but they head over to a POH where they're gonna be fed bones to get insane amounts of prayer experience. A few inventories later, V1 realizes the problem and heads over to Edgeville to turn in Dragon Slayer 1, which gets him the defense and strength levels needed to wear that Berserker Helmet and Granite Maul. We still don't know what V1's gonna use that for yet. Fast forward just a few more minutes, and V1 now has 74 prayer. After getting 74 prayer though, V1 immediately teleports to the Corporeal Beast. He's traded a rune spear and some supplies and actually goes in to attack Corp. It looks like V1's teammates are casting energy transfer to regenerate V1's special attack while he specs Corp with the Granite Maul. In between regenerations, he's using the rune spear to get attack strength and defense experience. I'm sure beforehand the team probably also completely lowered Corp's defense to make sure that V1's accuracy would hit every time. It does look like pretty good melee XP for V1's stats. There are really 3 sections to most of the runs I saw. The first part would be turning in quests they've almost completed for XP, as well as collecting and using experience lamps. The second part would be some form of prayer training, and the third part is this other category. V1's other category is training on the Corporal Beast like this, but what was really interesting is some of the top runs had very different strategies in the third section of their run. Time runs out on V1 and they flash their stats so that I can see them. I calculated their combat level, which was exactly 65 combat in 1 hour. That's pretty incredible. V1 as a level 65 also killed Corp, doing almost all of the damage to it, and got a Mystic Earth staff. The first 10 minutes or so of Elvarg's run was very similar to V1. He did the Waterfall quest, Dragon Slayer 1, used a bunch of stored XP lamps and completed Witch's House, but then at 43 minutes and 49 seconds, he goes in a completely different direction from V1's strategy. That is to say, he starts Monkey Madness 1. I think I had played RuneScape for 6 or 7 years before I even completed this quest. The first time you do this, it's a huge achievement for your account. Anyway, long story short, it only takes Elvarg 30 minutes to complete Monkey Madness start to finish. Let's see if it's worth it. He gets 20,000 attack XP, 35,000 strength XP, 20,000 defense experience, and 35,000 hit points XP. He's then gonna spend basically the remainder of his run in Deep Wilderness at the Zamorak altar, trying to get his prayer up as high as possible. He gets his prayer up to 52 and ends as a level 63.825. Not quite the level 65 that V1 got, but super impressive to do Monkey Madness, and it also seemed like he was working basically solo here. That's pretty epic. Bruh. Starts off his run in the same way as all the other contestants by completing a lot of quests. He starts at the Waterfall quest and then also completes the Shadow of the Storm, and he's gonna use a lot of that stored XP in his inventory all on attack. This is absolutely key to his run. The whole focus is going to be getting his attack up, and I'm not gonna tell you why yet. 3 minutes into the run, he turns in the Grand Tree quest and he already has 50 attack. He's gonna turn in the Tree Gnome Village, Fight Arena, and the Fremenic Trials next. Use a couple more stored XP lamps on attack, getting him 55 attack already, and then head over to the museum to turn some fossils into XP lamps. Why? To get more attack XP. When all is said and done at the museum, he has 59 attack, and it's only been 11 minutes. Bruh then takes a brief intermission from leveling up attack and gets 60 prayer. He's then gonna do Vampire Slayer, the Holy Grail. He's then gonna use his very low magic level to kill the final boss in the Contact quest. That rewards you with a special lamp you can rub twice. He uses both times, obviously, on attack, giving him a total of 14,000 attack XP. Bruh is then gonna head down to the Forthos dungeon to attack spiders. He's only got a couple hundred XP until 60 attack. With 16 minutes and 7 seconds left, he actually gets 60 attack. And you can see in his inventory, he has a cheeky Dragon 2H sword, and it looks like a whole squad has pulled up to help him. Bruh only has 40 strength when he starts. Since these spiders are in multi in the Forthos dungeon, Bruh can use the Dragon 2H special attack to attack a lot of them at once, kind of like Chinchampa's for range training. Bruh's friends are all using the energy transfer spell from the Lunar Spellbook to give him special attack back, and again, even though the account is only 40 strength, he's getting XP drops of 300 plus strength XP each special attack. I actually timed it out based on how much XP he was gaining over time in strength, and he's getting between 120 to 150,000 strength XP per hour at level 40 strength. With 7 minutes left, he switches over to training defense in a very similar manner. In a matter of 16 minutes, he got from 40 strength in defense to 44 strength in defense. That's incredibly fast leveling. Bruh ends with a combat level of 60.8. He didn't end up making the top 5, but had such a cool strategy I wanted to show it. Huge congratulations to V1 aka The Summit for taking first place, Elvarg Weak AF for taking second, Rashu for taking third, Lil Ratbags for taking fourth, and Relic for taking fifth place. Here are the high scores from all 41 entrants. Finally, I want to give a huge shout out to One Mad Joe. He donated almost exactly 1 billion GP for this video. I was pretty blown away by the generosity. Again, just a huge shout out to One Mad Joe. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you like more than one of my videos, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.